What up, y'all? Nuggifresh Beats here. Today I'm doing a tutorial on how to do a Noah Shabib Boy Wonder type. Basically, the reference track I used on this one was Scheming Up. I wanted to make something similar to it without taking that track. So what I did was I basically kept the cadence of that song when I was making it while changing the chord progression, changing up the drums, basically using the ingredients of that beat but with my twist on them. So, without further ado, I'll get into the beat and we'll go over everything and what was in it and the chords. So I'll start off by playing you guys the beat. You guys get the point right there. Basically, what I did right there was that filter that you guys hear was basically what they did on that track. Only difference was Noah Shabib typically uses EQ when he does that filter. So I mean, you could do that either way. I just did that for the track's purpose. I thought it'd be simple, and I'll show you guys how I did that as well. So let's get into pattern one. Pattern one, I used Lush 101. That's the VST and the presets fabricator on that. So I'll start off by showing you guys what the pattern is too. And I don't know if you guys know anything about Lush 101, but it is a very good VST if you get a chance to grab it. I actually don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but I mean, in my opinion, I highly recommend it. Here's the pattern right here, and that's pattern one. And right here we got this is gonna be the sine lead. If you see any kind of wave files like these, what happens is I got a MIDI out right here, and I use my motif. And so like when I do anything, I'll make a file. I usually bounce it out as wave and put it in here. It's easier for me that way. I don't know how anybody else does it. I know there's probably a million ways to skin a cat on here, so but that's just the way I do it. And here's this one. Sorry. That's the sine lead progression that I did. And that's going to move on to the sine lead as well. See, and that's not, I think that one's minus a layer. See, and then we'll put it in right here. That's the value you heard initially. And then that other sound you're hearing in pattern 5 is going to be our bass synth. And I made two patterns with the bass synth, and I'll show you guys which bass synth it is. It's the OVO R&B Studio Link makes this. A buddy of mine gave me this. And honestly, on this VST, I don't want to talk bad about anybody's work or anything, because a lot of work and time goes into developing these, but in my opinion, I don't like this VST at all. It's yeah, it can be used and you can get some decent stuff out of it. I think I got a decent stuff out of this one, but to me, this dark R&B bass synth is probably the one of the better presets on this VST. And but not to say that you can't re-emulate this same bass synth yourself because it's very easily re-emulated and you can do it better. And my problem with OVO R&B is I feel like a lot of their sounds aren't sounds that you could just throw on a track and they're going to mesh. Well, you got to actually really work to get them to sound good with something. And if you're new to this, how can you know exactly what to do when you're still learning, you know what I mean? So I mean, that's just my opinion on that, but I'll get off of that. And so here's the bass synth right here. I'll open up the pattern. And this particular sound right here is in a lot of like Party Next Door, definitely Drake tracks. And what I didn't do on this one was do a slide. Everyone does the slide, and I know the slide makes it sound real good. And not only does it make it sound good, it just makes it sound, to me, I think it just sounds a little bit more fluent, but I didn't do the slide on this particular one. Okay, and that's that pattern for it. And then I think I had another pattern for you right here. Okay. And then right here in 6, we got the strings. Just to layer it up a little bit. I mean, if I was you guys, you should just experiment on layering. You never know what you'll come up with. A lot of times it sounds pretty tight. None of you guys don't already know though. And then here's the little drum roll I did. Like if you hear the actual scheming up beat and you hear their drum roll, it's a lot different. I just did mine like this because I just like how this stood out to me better. And I'll show you the pattern for that as well. I kept it pretty simple. Like for this, I used a stomp, snare. Here's what you see playing right here. Just whatever you come up with, man. Probably surprise yourself. And I mean, a lot of these beats, I think this beat right here sounds a lot harder than it is, but once you start breaking it down and laying it out, just trying to build that cadence to sound similar to that track, it's a lot easier when you actually lay it out. But I mean, at the same time, don't get me wrong, I'm sure a lot goes into making that track on whoever the original producer was that did it. And that's pretty much going to break it down. Here's the last pattern I wanted to show you with the drums. I kept the drums simple on that. And that's pretty much in this last part. I'll show you the filter. All I did for that filter was you go into the master channel and I throw it on here and I turn it off. And then after I turn it off, I'm going to right click it, create automation clip. That'll let you turn it on and off whenever you want. And before you do that, just highlight a segment that you want to do it to. And then do everything that I just told you. And I mean, you don't have to do it that way either. Like for instance, if you have let's just say you have 3, 6, 7, and 8, right? And you want all those to just have the filter only, not the whole track. Because when you throw it on the master, the whole track's going to have that filter. If you just want these 3 tracks filtered, what you would do is you'd come over here and pick any channel that's empty, and then you'd add that filter right there, and then you'd route 9, like let's just say 6, 7, and 8 I said, so we'll go to 6. You'd unhighlight that. Let's just say 21 is where we wanted it to go, and then you'd click on this one just like that. That way it passes through 21 before it hits the master. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to take that back and just re-highlight that because I don't want to do that. But future reference if you guys are trying to do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it on this one. I got some preset banks coming that I'm going to put out, and a lot of those sounds that I've scripted on there are from my Motif XF6, so I think it sounds pretty good. But yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. I'm going to do more tutorials, and if you guys have any questions, comments, just let me know. You guys can ask me anything in the comment box.